welcome back to another video here on Jacob is here, where we're going to be talking about, we're going to do a Let's Build series for a little bit, and I'm in a weird place right now, because I'm like in a limbo stage with my YouTube channel, as I have a series that I'm currently working on, that I'm currently building for, and I'll talk more probably about it on stream, as we're going to be building a lot in stream for it. But that's not what we're doing today. We're going to be actually doing a Let's Build series for a build you probably have already seen on my channel. I've already spotlighted it probably a few times by this time, or at least once, as this is the build that we're going to be moving into for my current household. And we're going to play with my current household this week for just because I need content. Yeah, sure. Alright, I'll explain that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and jump straight into the Let's Build. I do have kind of an idea. We're going to go Brindleton Babe kind of eye, so Cape Cods, things like that, is the plan. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and let's go. Okay, so now I have kind of, like, I'd say probably a little bit of a better feel kind of what I'm doing. I'm just going to very quickly build the outside shell. If you guys don't know, I do personally find the outside shell to be the easiest part of the build. Also, if you're hearing scratching, I scratch my face a lot, which is I think is going to be the most annoying part about my microphone being so close to my face. For you guys, personally. And I'm sorry for that, I am sorry for that, but I'm not going to just stop scratching my face because it's inconvenient. I just find that to be okay. Probably here? Well, I mean, if we want it to be even, then I guess it's going to be like that, and then we'll grab another dormer, and we'll stick it here. And then probably have to raise the roof a little bit higher, and then we'll also, because like we either want this to be smaller. Let me see what it looks like when it's small. Okay, okay. Game's designed to do what it wants. And then this right here. Do I like that, or do I like it to be, I think just a tad smaller, probably fine. And then this one down here. But because I think I might actually want it more under the lines of in the middle, I might move this to where I want it, and then move like the bottom. Okay, still too high. Like in the middle. I think it'll look better that way. Yeah, I think I'm right. Alrighty. So it's cute, it's small, and then obviously I feel like a foundation would be great here. And then I'm gonna give ourselves like a fairly good sized deck. I don't think it's gonna cross over there, but I do kind of feel like it has a little bit of like a wraparound potential. Maybe if we pull it back like 2 and have it right here. And because I don't actually have to worry about being constricted through tiny building, we can actually lay out this stuff so it's better, and it works out nicer in the long run. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take care of the inside parts because I feel like it's important. I can't remember. Okay, it's going to get rid of that dormer, which we don't want to do, and so we're just going to take it up around. I actually don't know how much of this I'm showing. Probably not a lot because we have a lot to cover. We're going to be doing mostly all the inside and outside sections of this build today. So, or on this particular episode, and so I gotta make sure I can cover, well, that, which sometimes can be a little bit of a difficulty. Okay. Perfect. Okay, because we have this right here, there's a few ways you can do this to make it look a little organic and things. I think the best and easiest way, make sure it's on the right level of course. But is to do something... Okay, I lost it. To do something kind of like this, and then lowering it, and then pulling it. Like, I feel like some of the best things that people just forget about are these, like how these can just like, you know, come out. And I think it does bring some... Okay, I don't think that one's gonna work. And that one should be okay. Kind of how it is. And of course we can put all the walls up and stuff and just to kind of see what it looks like. I think it looks okay. I don't know if it has the Cape Cod vibe that I was originally going for, but I do like it. And personally, because the house is kind of bigger than, I don't know, I would say we originally had planned, we can move the whole lot kind of back. I would say right there. Because we're going to put trees and stuff around it. I want there to be somewhat of a backyard, but it doesn't have to be like really significant. But I feel like this is probably the best we're going to get for this. Cats and Dogs has a very like Cape Cod feel, and so we're going to be using a lot of items, I would say, in this particular build from Cats and Dogs. So if you have Cats and Dogs and you don't really see many people using it or something like that, or there's a specific item, you know, um, I would say this is probably the time to be like, hey, dude, use this item. But I also am going to let you know that he is pre-recorded. So maybe not. Like I said, I was struggling before with like content and things, and you know, this is what I came up with. And honestly, I don't think it's going to turn out to be like that bad. I think it's going to turn out to be kind of nice, and I have a feeling we're going to really like it in the long run. So that's not me. BB dot move objects on. I mean, I feel like I'm going to enjoy the build at least, which is always good. I think as long as the builder is kind of like enjoying what they're doing, I think that's important. I like this color, so we'll have to make sure we stick to this like off-white color swatch. I think it looks really, really nice, and I think it could be really, really good. Okay, so I don't remember if Cats and Dogs actually came with stairs. I don't think they did. So maybe we'll try to stick to base game stairs. Let's see here. I'd say probably this, maybe in a brown. So a good brown stair, I think, could possibly like really do the trick here. Okay, so delete you. And then we're gonna extend this out. Probably right there. Now, let's go ahead and, like I said, Cats and Dogs is gonna be the main focus here, and so we're gonna try, oh, okay, so we do want that off to kind of keep with that feeling of white and things. We're gonna, I should probably change the stairs to white. Duh, Jacob. Use your common sense, boy. I actually don't really know if we have a budget or not. Ooh, wouldn't that be something I should have looked up before we started building? Well, if we did, it's gone now. Who believes in budgets, I tell you? Not me. Okay, also keeping in mind that there are stairs over here. This isn't a full wraparound porch where it comes to the back, because there really isn't any room back here. Most of the side yard, I feel like I do want to put some things back here, but we also have to keep in mind, like, it is a house and things. This is a really big bedroom back here. Honestly, I feel like it's a little too big. I feel like if we move it in just like one square, like one set of squares, it'll look so much better. If I'm being honest with you. And honestly, I think it does. I think it just opens up the space a little. You know, I think it just makes it a little better. And honestly, this little bump it out here, it makes it look better anyways, which is really nice. And, you know, it's a little dynamic. It's not super dynamic that it's like, you know, it's taking away from the build, which I think is important for when you do builds like this. So I would say the next thing to do... Ooh. Oh. Hold on. Is to make sure everything stretches out where they're supposed to go. Weird. And we'll just grab this. And we'll move it out here. There we go. Alright, let's do the roofing. I think the roofing obviously can play some big factors. Um, you know what I really like about, like, maybe not this build, but builds in general that I've been doing here lately, is that I've been kind of just doing them freely. Like, I used to have, like, some kind of image or something, and I'm not saying images are bad. Obviously, I lived off them, and I would, if you have to use images, please use images. Obviously, I had to take a second there to even look at some, like, to make sure I was getting the right style or, figuring out how I can put my own spin on things. And I really do, I think it's like more of a shovel look. I want to say this is much more kind of what I need and go for. Yeah, yeah, I think so at least. Oh, um, okay. I'll text back later. Not the important thing right now. Alright, going to cats and dogs. I do have some woods in cats and dogs, which I really like, and I really want to spotlight in this build since I don't really use them very often. There's that wood, and then there's a much more plainer wood, which I think looks really pretty and it glistens, so we might use it. I kind of forget this actually comes with cats and dogs sometimes. I like the darker version. Alright, and then they also even have Pacific, like, wall paints, which is super duper nice. And, like, it looks nice. And I think it really helps the build, and I think we can do a lot with it. And there's a variety of some different colors and things. Um, we're gonna paint everything the same color, but I think part of it's gonna be like brick or something. It depends on what kind of texture you want. As you guys can see, this is like a different texture to this texture. So it really just depends on your own personal taste, I would say. Actually, I like the lighter blue. I think that looks the best. Okay. And then, like I said, I say over here and stuff, we should probably get a brick. I think that would look really nice. Let's see, do I like that brick? This is the least challenging part, is trying to figure out which one accompanies really nicely to the pattern you already have out. And so sometimes, you know, and obviously you can always switch this out in case you don't have like a certain pack or something. I'm trying to be really open for you guys. But I'm going to try to mostly use cats and dogs. So I think this one looks actually the best, which is from Bowling. I just recommended Bowling on stream last night because I was like, guys, Bowling has the best stuff pack. Bowling is like one of the best stuff packs. And it's not true. Like, I don't actually think Bowling is like one of the best stuff packs because, I mean, if I had to make a list and things, it wouldn't be on my list, personally. But I do think, um, like, I do think that there is something to say about Bowling, and I do like parts of it. It's not my favorite sub pack, but I do like that brick. I think it goes really nicely with the builds that we're doing right now. Okay, so I think the next thing to do is probably doors and windows. Then we'll work on the outside and get some plants and vegetation down. And then next part will be all inside stuff. So don't you worry, we'll get there. Let's go ahead and pull up some cats and dogs stuff. As I'm pretty sure, I was like, I'm 90% sure it came with something. We should probably try to use it. No. See, I at least need a 2 wide. This is a 3. It's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. I don't think I like how that looks. Circle window could look real. Oh, I went too far back. Circle window, I think, could look really nice over here. So, we'll get it over there. But, maybe this, like, nice big window. It's a little different than, like, your average, I would say. Your average one. But you also always want to make it a little spicy. You know? So, once again, I think the best advice anybody has ever given me to placement of windows and things like that, is that side windows and things like that don't matter as most people don't even care when you think about real life houses. Oh gosh, this is on an uneven amount of numbers. That idea was a fail. Like, see, we don't need, this is a too wide window, pretty sure, yeah. If it was like a size bigger, but actually fit, it would look nice. It's not, so ignore that idea. But the front here is the important part, and then the back, and so I try to, if it's like a one-story building, which this is, which I don't know how much I like, to be honest with you, now that I'm looking at it, like, in full, not my favorite. Okay, is this, okay, that's big enough. I don't really know if I like that door, though. It's not my favorite door. Do we have better doors? Ooh, we might actually have to raise this up, just so I could have this door. Oh, but this door is a 3 wide. I don't like that door. I do like these archways, though. Maybe if we make it... I think if we make it smaller, and we delete this, and we grab this, and we put it there instead. I think that's probably better, personally. I think this is that same color, so let's go ahead and make sure we keep the same color for the top roofing parts. What else did I... Oh, this. Now this, I don't know. Oh, they do. Cool. Alright, let's make sure... Oh, they do have that off blue color. Maybe we should use it for... Because I'm assuming if it has the off blue color for that, it should have the off blue color for the actual natural parts of the railings. I mean, for the fencing. Yeah, it's that first initial color. Or what we could do instead is come in here and change it to white, and maybe that's what we need. Because honestly, it is an off-white, but I think it will look really nice with the blue background. Um, you know, and also it'll make so many of these things just like blend, which could be nice as well. See here, this door can be. I think the white. I think that's what it needs. I think this was a good choice. I think over here it really doesn't matter because it's a dark brick, so you can't really do anything with it. But I think over here, I think this is very important because we have to fit at least 3 bedrooms inside this small little home. It's going to be kind of cramped and kind of crowded. So if this is not your vibe, I definitely wouldn't recommend downloading this home just for that reason alone. As you're going to see here when we do the inside, the next part, it's going to be kind of hard dividing it up into equal portions. But we'll make it work. Don't you worry. We will make it work. Okay. I feel like we'll probably have to divide some things up and hopefully get some evenness out of it, but I don't really know if that's gonna be a possibility. I think I like the longer, bigger windows better. I think they make the world goes more round. Okay. Really? This is a 4, which means I don't exactly know how much I like. Okay, so those look pretty nice there. They look like they could go together in one, which is good. All these are freaking 3 wides. So annoying, I tell you. Okay. What about do we have any higher up windows? Oh, we have this. Lovely. This is exactly what I want. Okay, so coming over here, I would say that it's more this window, right? For those? I would say that's probably right. Yeah, because I feel like these are like the side parts of the window. Okay. Oh, these windows don't go together too nicely. There's a little bit of a gap. These do. So I do also wonder, because we are definitely probably going to put a hedge here. It's not just all about trying to figure out what the right height is. Like, what's Sim's height? Okay, and then over here, there we go. We could probably get a big window like this window. We could throw it, make it a little different. And then two different heights or not. And my mouse strap obviously is, of course. Okay. Sometimes I try to like line it up. I think that's probably right. And we'll probably stick one right there. Because on the side here, we're going to get like probably another door. But we'll probably get a smaller door or something a little different for the side door. Is probably my best bet. Just because there is no purpose for having such a big door for a side door. You know, we might try to get a big door. I don't really know if we have, like, we have some of these, which I think this would work fine. And that way it can, like, lead out, you know, to that extra room. And then I guess there is kind of space over here for a window, but I think, no, there's space. We should probably take up that space. There's space on this side? No. Not good space, I should say. Okay, so now the windows are done. Look at it from afar. Do I like it? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't hate it. I think it looks fine. Alrighty, moving on to landscaping. I like to make sure the vegetation kind of feels at home. Perfect way to do that, obviously, is using stuff from Cats and Dogs. This is that world that it comes with, so, you know, looking around. Does this tree kind of fit? It doesn't. Does this tree? It does. You know, and so this is a tree that we would try to use. It does come in a variety of different colors, which is really cool. I can't believe it just did that to me. What a rude tree. And so I would try to probably get at least two. The problem with this tree, though, it is so wide. Like, you know, so I might like size it down or something like that instead. Just because of how wide it is. And like I said, it has a variety of different leaf colors. And so just to make sure it's like a little, that they're connected, I would like to mix it up a little. You know, I don't think there's any problem with that. And then next things next is there's this very beautiful white tree that actually comes, like I said, in a variety of different colors as well. It's just real big as well, and so it almost makes it impossible to use. Um, so, yeah. Next things next is I definitely want just some normal, like, good old-fashioned hedges. I think the trees and stuff are fine, and that's probably good enough for this small little build. It's not really that big of a build. But I think some good hedges to round out the front, I think, is always a major plus, personally. I mean, if Excel says one thing in our life, it's we have to have some hedges. And honestly, I've never agreed with somebody more in my life with a statement. And then for the rest of the build, we'll have to go through and we have to make sure we find a very good foundation, because obviously this foundation is going to be covered by a good hedge, which is perfect. But this foundation obviously needs to be covered. I don't know. Okay, brindle, they do have one. We might do the blue and stuff. I kind of wish it changed the wooding. Like, for instance, this changes the wood pattern, like the top part, and these all stay stationary. I think that's a problem with this. I just don't really like that top color, but it's fine. And with this, actually, I'd probably like to get that brick and place it down here instead. Which seems like it's such a subtle thing, to be honest with you. Alright. Perfect. See, and a little landscaping can go a long way. Like, I mean, we could go ham with the landscaping, add everything that we can think of in here, you know, make sure it's like really, really important, and all this other stuff. But honestly, it's not like I wouldn't really say this is the place that needs to go. Like, we need to add everything that I can think of in here. Judging from the surroundings, you know, tall grass. So I would say, I have to find it, but I'll show you when I do. Maybe it's in flowers. It could possibly be in flowers. And I'm just an idiot. An idiot. flowers. Nope, it does not look so. I didn't think it was. I thought it was a hedge. See, there's that one. It's kind of like the nink, the napapuka. So something like this, I think. The only problem is I have this is that we don't have a different color for it, and so it kind of looks out of place. See this? That's what I'm looking for. Where's that? Or, maybe possibly this grass. Okay. The, put the. How can I find the one? Oh, there it is. So I feel like this would also probably fit in here. As you guys can see, the vegetation does resemble it. I do like this though. I don't really use this very often. I think we might use that. I think that looks nice, if I'm being honest. And then I think for this, I think a good terrain paint would be ideal. Yeah. So it's actually a little bit bigger of a square than I even thought. So going in here and just trying to figure out which one obviously looks the best. I feel like this one probably looks better with the green and stuff because like it kind of matches the grass, and I think it looks a little bit better. And of course you can always add some rocks down the pathway if you think that would make it, help, or even some flowers, something to make it a little more poppy. So there's a mailbox over here. I think cats and dogs. I do know cats and dogs did come with a mailbox. They came with these mailboxes and things, which you could unlock at vet skills. I don't want to put one of these mailboxes. I was thinking, yeah, maybe actually the normal, like this mailbox, I think could be exactly what I was hoping for. And we can do it kind of like an angle. I think that looks relatively nice. Okay, perfect. Now if we have some dirt to dirt, let's get some dirt to dirt in here. I am trying to use a different dirt than my usual dirt is ironically it's like the dark dirt or something like that. Earthy dirt is what it's called. It's my favorite dirt, honestly. But I've seen some other people use some different dirts, and I do like them. I don't think I just think my earthy dirt is like a perfect contour for like things like this. And so we might come back and we might use some of it for that purposing. But like this stuff, I don't think it matters. Like you're just gonna lightly place it. But because this earthy dirt right here is so dark and things, when you line it, it makes it just look so smooth, in my opinion. Like I feel like it brings a whole new depth to it. See what I mean? But I'm wondering if I could maybe make that work with the garden bloom dirt. Like, maybe it's just like any dirt can be it if you do it the right way. You know what I mean? I think possibly. Looks a little messy, but honestly, it's not my life. Okay, so last things last, is I do want to come out here and possibly get some kids' toys or something. Something like that, for the outside world. For them to have something to do. Because we do have some children, and I think, like, swings is always good. It does look like oh god, what is that called? Spring, fall, winter. Do you know? All the above, I guess. Don't really know what exactly Jacob was trying to accomplish with that. Probably like one of these as well. Obviously, I don't want to get like a freaking, thing you'd find out like at a park. Like that's a no-go for me personally. No judgment. Like I think this is fine in your back, or maybe like a slide if you have a toddler or something like that. But like the bigger stuff. Okay, I want a water balloon thing, and I thought that would be under here, but it does not look like it. Just a normal outdoor activity, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, just like a bucket type of thing. Um, there really isn't place to put like loungers. I really like putting loungers. I think it does a lot to the game and a lot to your build and stuff. Something I actually recommend is a good lounger. I think earthy dirt on some edges and things, I think is also something else that's pretty good. Alrighty. But I think, actually, if I'm being honest, I think this is probably where this part is going to end. I think we did the outside pretty nicely. We did it justice. We'll do the inside tomorrow, or the next time you see me. Let me very quickly just come up in here and put down. I'm just gonna reverse all that jazz. That way, like when you see it from the outside, there's like something on the inside, and it's not just they don't look like empty rooms. Basically, I think it's important. But yeah, we'll do the inside. We'll do the carpeting. We'll probably do most of the furnishing and stuff tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like um, that's probably what we'll do. Yeah, that's my best guess. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. And let me know if you guys like the Let's Build. Let me know if you guys enjoy. Do you guys want to see much more of my current household? Make it a whole series type of thing. See the regressions and go through the stages with me and make it like a side one. Because the new Let's Play is going to take up like one day every week for like a few weeks. And so we will have to have a side thing ultimately. And so let me know in the comments as it's something I'm very curious about. But I'll see you guys all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.